Welcome into Quick Hits. I'm your host, Anna Witte, and we are going to continue our series with the student athletes involved in the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Today, I'm joined by Kat Klingensmith, a senior on the Charleston Southern women's soccer team. So, Kat, you're wrapping up your fall semester right now. How are things going with finals and everything?
Oh, stressful, definitely stressful, but we're kicking through. Now that soccer's over, I definitely have a lot more time for my studies, so ready to get those grades up for sure.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Don't miss Thursdays. You guys have a new assistant coach, a new head coach. You have 7 new freshmen this year. And the program, or the coaches, seem to be an awesome fit for your program as well. How have you guys been doing this fall? What have you been learning from them so far?
Oh, we've been just going back to the fundamentals and just getting back into what soccer really is. And they have this app that just shows the whole field, and then you can have little people on there, and it just how he we have that visual, and then he'll explain with that app this is how the defensive line should be looking. You need to be tucking in if you're on the outside mid position, with stuff like that. And so whenever we go out onto the field, we have that mental visual in our head, and now we have to actually do it. We have to physically do it, go out there and say, okay, outside mids, we got to tuck in. Remember, this is what the back line should look like. This is how the forward should be going forward and going back. It's really cool to have that new, technology, but also going back to this is how soccer is. We need to go back to keeping possession. We need to go back to being a team and coming in and communication. We've just been going back into the technical stuff.
Yeah, no, when I watched your scrimmage last week, I could definitely tell you guys have been learning a lot. Your passes looked really good, your spacing, your communication, the way you guys built out of the back, just your crosses. Yeah, I think you guys have come a long way, and I think Coach Gomez has done a great job with you guys this fall. But I'm curious for you personally, what do you think will be the team's strengths in the spring?
Oh, the strengths. We got a lot. But this year, I would say we definitely got a lot of strengths. We got a lot of good freshmen that came in this year that are definitely going to help us get some goals in the back of the net and keep the balls out of the bag. But with my class, we have Kayla Robinson, our center back, and then you have Kylie Doster, who's in the center mid, and I trust them to be able to control pretty much the field. Just with a lot of our juniors are very technical players on the ball, so I'm excited to see what they're about to be doing, taking players one-on-one, beating them. And I just have a lot more confidence in my team this year, and I'm excited to play. I'm excited to get some wins.
So I also heard you guys could be potentially playing a 3-back. I know you don't play defense, but what do you think about that? As a midfielder, you're going to have to bust your butt to get back there.
Oh, girl, let me tell you, I'm going to need to get in some shape. But I really in those scrimmages that we've been playing, that 3-back works very well, very, very well. And if you had asked me that at the beginning of the season, oh, you think a 3-back would be good, I would have told you no. Yeah, but with Jose's got the mind for it, so he knows exactly what he's doing, and that 3-back is working. And I mean, I would be playing in that outside midfielder position, going defensively, coming back, tucking in, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's soccer. It's a lot of work. So you go out there and just expect I know what to expect whenever I go out there. I'm going to be tired, but I'm ready for it.
Well, yeah, and it'll cause a lot of opportunities for you guys in the final third as well, because you'll have more numbers up. But exactly. Speaking of getting in shape and everything, your fall semester is almost over. You're going to be home until January. That's 3 months without your team. So what's the plan for you and for your team to stay in shape while you guys are on break?
So we actually have a certain, kind of like test. There's different levels to this running program that Coach Gomez has for us. And it's 6 seconds running in a certain space of time. It's different per level. And for some of them, it's you go 10 minutes straight running the 6-second sprint, and then you have like a 5-minute break, and then another 10-second or a 10-minute 6-second break, and then there's another level where it's 8 going back and forth, a minute break and stuff like that. So we have that opportunity, and with me being at home, we have a lot of land, so I'll probably be doing a lot of long distance running instead of the short sprints. But once I come back to Charleston at the end of December, early January, I'll definitely be doing those tests that Jose has for us.
Your teammate Kayla Robinson started the We Stand Club, and I've heard that you and your teammates and the coaching staff kind of got behind her and helped her make bracelets, attended her first meeting. I feel like that speaks a lot about your team. How would you explain the Charleston Southern soccer team culture, and what's it like being on the team?
Oh, it's just a big family of a bunch of girls with our dude Jose and our girl Jess and our keeper coach Stoles. I love her to death, but it's just a big old family. Like, we know everybody's got each other's back, and this is just a prime example of it. Is although Kayla's my roommate and one of 4 in my class, and just outside of those factors, like, I would still stand with her just because she's on my team. And it's good to see that my whole team has that same mentality of, I got your back through anything. So it's just big family of sisters and brother.
So how did that start? Because, in a program where there's so many people involved in a family, you definitely have to have like core values, or there has to be leadership to kind of be like, okay, this is how things are going to run. Is there something like that in place for you guys?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's more of like a respect thing, and we try to emphasize. Am I answering that question right?
Yeah, no,
Okay, cool.
That could be true.
Okay, cool. So like, we just made sure that everybody knew that we respect each other, like not only as soccer players, but as females. We respect Jose as not only our coach, but as our spiritual leader. And as a team, we respect each other as people. So despite race, gender, no matter what, we respect you for who you are, because you are made in the image of God. And we try to hold that key value as a team.
Love that. That's awesome. So do you guys have any traditions on your team? Any fun traditions?
So this is actually something that we kept from the last 3 years, and this includes Jose, is our old coach would say 1, 2, 3, and at the end of games we clap, and at the end of practice we clap. And to switch it up, we had Jose do en tres, un, dos, tres, and then we'll all clap. And it's keeping that little tradition, like just keeps like a little reminder of, yeah, I've been here for 3 years. This isn't anything new to me. And every year we have, well, this year was kind of hard. We used to have a spaghetti dinner for the freshmen, and that's how we would get to know the freshmen. But with COVID, we had everybody in separate groups. So unfortunately, we didn't get to do that right away. So getting to know the freshmen this year was a little bit harder, but we did what we could with our Zoom meetings and stuff like that. But fortunately, once we were all able to be in the same proximity, we were able to have that spaghetti dinner and just get to know our team. So it's another tradition that we try to keep as well.
What kind of surprised you about the fall semester? Things that you didn't expect was going to be like fun, or things that, I don't know, like that you maybe enjoyed about the fall semester despite 2020?
Honestly, I wasn't expecting to even be playing at some points, especially during quarantine, with just saying the COVID numbers. Like, it was, with it being my senior year, I was more upset that there was no soccer season for me. And just the fact that we were even able to be out here and playing is just awesome. And like, another thing that was kind of weird was that we didn't have a season. We weren't playing games. So it was like another spring season of just practices and going to weights. So I just wasn't really looking forward to that, because I love the competition side of soccer like that. I love the feeling of I'm coming out here to win. So that was kind of weird. But even then we had these scrimmages, these inter squad scrimmages where my team had this mentality of, we're coming out here to play. We're going to come out here and we're going to compete. And I would definitely say Jose encouraged that one for us a lot. But I've just enjoyed it. Like, I was not expecting this season to go as amazing as it did. I really didn't.
That's awesome. That's got to be really encouraging for you heading into the spring as well. As a senior, how are you hoping to finish out your soccer career?
Oh, if we can get that top 4 spot and host a home conference game, I'm here for it. And I mean, our teams always shoot to be number 1. And if that wasn't the case, then we're going to be shooting for top 4. And if that wasn't the case, we're going to go to the tournament. And that's that. No matter what, we're going to make it to the tournament. So my goal as a senior is I want to be that top 4. I want to be that number 1. I want my team to want that number 1 so that no other Big South team is going to touch us. And that way, no other NCAA team is going to touch us.
Right. No, I think you guys are on a great track. Like I said earlier, like from what I saw from you guys last week, seems like you work really well together, which is also always a good foundation, but Coach has got you guys going in the right direction. So, but what about you? What do you study at Charleston Southern, and what are you kind of hoping to do once you leave school?
So I'm getting a business administration degree with an emphasis in marketing, and I'm minoring in Christian leadership. So hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully not 10 years, I'll be opening up my own business, and I would like to open up a soccer complex and have it be faith-based. And there would be like an indoor facility on top of like a little church to hold like Sunday services, small group services, and I would love to lead those. So that's the plan.
That is so unique. Where did you come up with that?
I actually worked at a indoor facility in Loganville, Georgia, where I'm from. And one night I was like a secretary sort of thing, and I saw how many people just rented out the fields, and they made $6,000 on a Sunday night. And that was just like, wow, that there's a lot of money in this. And I've always wanted to work in a more Christian facility, or like more work at a place that it has the same values as mine. And at that point I was like, I can do this. Like, I can open up a sports complex, a soccer complex, and make it faith-based. And so yeah, that's where it came from.
I love that. So do you have plans for right after school, how to get that started?
So I actually have a handful of opportunities. My dad owns his own company, so I would be working under him, seeing what he did. And I'm probably going to be coaching a lot as soon as I get out of college, just to get more experience with that. And I also have an internship with a church right now. So like, I'm getting to learn the background of a church. So it's just, I've had a lot of opportunities to learn, I guess, how to do this.
Yeah, like all the pieces, kind of, it sounds like all
Mm-hmm.
the pieces to your dream are, well, you're learning how to do those, so one day you can put it all together.
Oh, yes.
That's smart. That's a good way to go about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have any fun plans for yourself during your winter Thanksgiving break?
I'm just excited to see my family. I have 2 older sisters that live in Atlanta, but one is living on an Army base with her husband, and they have 2 kids, and I need to see those 2 kids like today. So I'm excited just to see them. And then my other sister is pregnant as well, and she'll be popping here in February of 2021. So I get to see her before she pops. So I'm just excited to see them. I'm so excited just to be with my family again.
Oh, that's so fun. That's awesome. Well, also, let's talk about SAC, why I kind of have you here. How did you first get involved in this committee?
So Coach Christy and Eric actually asked me and Kayla one day if we'd be interested in it. And I'm assuming they did that because we were juniors, and so that gave us like 2 years to really be involved in it, so that whenever we're about to graduate, we could help our underclassmen know, like, you need to do SAC. It's very, like, it encouraged them to do SAC pretty much. And so I was like, I don't really know what it is, but why not? Like it seems like a good program I want to be a part of. And so, yeah, we just got asked.
Well, SAC is such a leadership position. I guess your position with the committee is you're speaking on behalf of your team. What has this taught you about, life and leading outside of just your sport and soccer?
That I have a voice, that I can speak up, because I'm not the only one that's going to have that same opinion. And the more I speak up, the more other people will speak up because they hear my voice. And just, yeah, that.
Yeah, and it sounds like for what you were talking about earlier, your dream job and your dream organization that you want to open, that will definitely help you as well to lead people well in that way. Kat, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you sharing a little bit about yourself, the soccer team, and your involvement in SAC. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome to talk to you.
Yeah, and good luck this season as well.
Thank you. Thank you.